First, the top headlines. Unknown miscreants planted a powerful IED at the gate of an SI posted at Lumphel police station. Tripura cabinet approves insurance scheme for journalists. And India records 2,318 COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, daily positivity rate at 0.53%. Hello, welcome to ELITETV, your English news bulletin. I'm your host, Deemita. Before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government. Wear face masks when out in public, wash hands regularly, and maintain a minimum of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and to play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now the news in detail. Unknown miscreants planted a powerful IED at the gate of a police personnel posted at Lumphel police stations yesterday evening around 10 p.m. The police personnel is identified as Sub-Inspector Chabungbom Prashanta, 36 years of Thangmaban Watham Leirak. According to a police report, unknown miscreant planted the IED at the gate of the police personnel at around 10:10 p.m. On getting suspicious of the planted IED, Manipur Police Bomb Detections and Disposal Squad was called in, and after inspecting it, the bomb squad team safely defused the IED. The reason or motives behind the planting of the IED still remain uncertain. Lumphel Police has registered a case in the connections with the incident and investigation is underway, the report added. Meanwhile, unknown miscreant carried out bomb attack at the residential gate of Minister Haikam Dingo's PSO at Samuro yesterday evening. Unfortunately, there was no report of any injury in the bomb attack. The incident took place around 7:30 p.m. at Samuro Mamang Laikai under Wangway police stations. According to police report, unknown miscreants carried out the bomb attack suspected to be Chinese hand grenade at the residential gate of Oinam Karnajit, son of Oinam Itomcha of Samuro opposite Olpam. Oinam Karnajit is reported to be PSO of Minister Haikam Dingo, the report said. State-level mock exercise on earthquake disaster was conducted today at the Hatta Kangjebung after conducting tabletop exercise on earthquake disaster on 19 April. The state-level mock exercise on earthquake disaster was also conducted at different areas including Jenims, Sipet, Kusum Olpam Uripok, Konung Mamang, NRL Olpam Uripok, etc. Speaking on the sideline of the mock exercise, National Disaster Management Authority member, retired Lieutenant General Syed Atta Hassan, said the reason behind conducting such mock exercise is that of Manipur being one of the disastrous states where frequent disasters like flood, earthquake and other natural calamities used to take place. He said the mock exercise was put on hold for the last 2 years because of COVID pandemic. Nevertheless, as the situation of the COVID pandemic has much improved, the mock exercise is now resumed by getting training to the public to aware on how to protect when disaster occurs.
Manipur is a disaster-prone state, zone 5 of earthquake disaster particularly, and there's other disasters like flooding or forest fires and things like that. For 2 years, because of the pandemic, because of coronavirus, there have been no exercises on ground and lot of appointments have changed hands out here. So it is our responsibility to ensure that people are trained, they are aware of their responsibilities for the conduct of relief in case and preparedness in the case of disasters. So that is the whole purpose here. And I'm very happy that we have got the full cooperation of the local state disaster.
Relief Center for the Welfare of Differently Abled Persons, Manipur, expressed happiness for selecting the Vice President of the center, Lenin Hirom of Kongba, near Standard College, as the delegate in the Arab Youth International Model United Nations 2022 Conference for the Youths and Students to be held at Doubletree by Hilton M Square, Dubai, UAE from 27th May to 30th May 2022. The center also hoped Lenin Hirom to lay down the role of the youths in world peace as a representative of the youths in this international platform and also bring fame for Manipur as well as for India, said C.H. Lokeshwari Devi, Secretary, Relief Center for the Welfare and Differently Abled Persons, Manipur. On the recommendations of the Selections Committee, Manipur Hockey, 18 players have been selected to represent Manipur in the 12th Hockey India Sub-Junior Man National Championship to be held today in Goa from 4th May to 15 May 2022, said Seram Niken, General Secretary, Manipur Hockey. The selected players are S. Bashu, T.H. Avinash, Ali Sapam, Rivaldo Laishram, Pritam Laishram, Don Angie, N. Suraj, Vidyacharan, L. Megs, Dilip K, O. Lanthoiba, KSH Boris, S. Boris, Sanjit K, Vikram K, M. Banerjit, Samson S. and Nishikant Soraisam, while M. Rinas Maitai will be the coach cum manager of the state team, Niken added. The first ever Northeast Beauty Pageant will be held in September, hosted by Nagaland. The first official meeting of the Northeast Beauty Pageant organizations was held at Zafu Hotel, Kohima yesterday. Speaking to media persons, founder-president of the organizations, Meli Pucho, said that the Northeast Beauty Pageants organizations was formed in collaborations with the 8 Northeast states to set up a platform for the young generation. He said the organizations formed with the 8 Northeast states for the first time took up the decisions for the Northeast Beauty Pageants to develop and take the fashion industry to the next level and also to promote young females who are so keen in the field of fashions and modeling. The meeting was attended by Heli Leitangbam and Sonia Faringbam representing Miss Manipur. Speaking exclusively to ELITETV, Heli Leitangbam said the Northeast Beauty Pageants will be held in the entire Northeast states, hosting in serial wise. For the first, the beauty pageant is hosted by Nagaland, he added. Heli expressed gratitude to Nagaland government for their big support and added that if the Manipur government also do the same and support Miss Manipur will be highly appreciated, Heli hope. Tripura Cabinet yesterday approved the proposal to introduce a health insurance cover for appreciated journalists associated with the print, web and electronic media organizations. According to the proposed scheme, journalists in the age group 21 to 65 years who have not enrolled in other health insurance schemes or Ayushman Bharat can be considered eligible for the benefits of the scheme. Information and Cultural Affairs Minister Sushanta Chaudhary informed that the insurance will cover medical expenses up to ₹3 lakh. Elaborating on the same, Chaudhary said that there are altogether 177 journalists who are already accredited with the ICA department of the state. Chaudhary further clarified that 80% of the annual premium would be borne by the state government, while the rest of the amount needs to be contributed by the beneficiary himself. For instance, if the total premium is ₹5,000, the state government will pay ₹4,000 and the rest of the amount will have to be borne by the journalist. Through this scheme, the beneficiary journalist will be entitled to get an insurance cover of ₹3 lakhs, he added. On the modalities, the minister said that the state government will now invite tenders from different insurance companies. On being asked about the state government's target, Chaudhary said that they have set a target to cover at least 1,000 journalists in the first phase. To get entitled to the scheme, the journalist must be a permanent resident of Tripura and accredited with the state government or Press Information Bureau (PIB). The minister also informed the media persons that stamp duty payable by the self-help groups under the Tripura Rural Livelihood Mission, TRLM, and National Urban Livelihood Mission's NULM schemes were exempted for loans up to ₹10 lakh. And now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Lengsin Biru, Langol Laimanai, Imphal West Laiba, Trebi Multi Speciality Hospital, Maruina Cancer Treatment Amadi, Masiga Mari Lainaba, Layong Sing Kayagi, Laying Sang Wegadoriba, Laying Sang Amani, Trebi Hospital Gi Ahangba Post Karagi, Staff Karak Kogzari. Khangalaba candidate Singi interview Gi Matam, Narsingi Oina, Lakliba April Tarik Kunga Humdoi, Ayuki Pung Tara Taba Matam Dagi Hausagani, Amadi, Atailem Horiba Staff Singi Oina, Lakliba April Tarik Kunga Marigi, Ayuki Pung Tara Taba Matam Dagi Hausagani. Interview Pangtok from Trebi Hospital Administrative Block 2nd floor. Hena Kupa Marol Gidamak Amadi, Adomgi resume Pisan Nabagi Damakta, Lazare Ekogi email ID hr.trebihospital@gmail.com. Amadi, Ekogi WhatsApp number 8787833191. Natragana, Trebi Hospital Gi Counter da Lakpiduna Unabiu. Trebi Hospital Gi Mihut Ama Oibiu Amadi, Miam Gi Mating Pangbada Adomsu Saruk Yabiu.
Manipur State Power Distribution Company Limited. Summary of Tariff Schedule approved by Commission for Financial Year 2022-23 for Manipur State Power Distribution Company Limited, MSPDCL, and to be effective from 1st April 2022. A. Approved subsidized tariff for financial year 2022-23. Table 8.2, category-wise subsidized tariffs approved by the Commission for financial year 2022-23. B. Approved full cost tariff, FCT. Table 8.3, category-wise full cost tariff without subsidy for financial year 2022-23 as approved by the Commission. Note 1. Fixed charge is per kW of contracted load for LT supply except KJ, while in case of HT supply, it is per kVA of billing demand. Energy charge is as per kWh for LT supply and per kVAh per HT supply, and LT high-value services provided with MDI meters. The above table depicts fixed and energy charge only. Tariff charges description in detail are given under the Tariff Schedule chapter. NG Shubhachandra Singh, Managing Director, MSPDCL.
Season View Yai Lifestyle Private Limited की food supplement registered under the MCA Ministry of Corporate Affairs हारिबा मखल असिगी product मंगादगी कानबा फंगबिगनी मदुदी अहानबदा Perfect Plus urinary tract infection disease kayadagi ngakthokpa ngami control glucose levels in blood improve immunity antioxidant liver disease amadi liver shokhanbadagi ngakthoi remove toxins haksangdagi fataba sengdokpa lok laihau toina togonbadasu fali ani subada Perfect Glow uring amadi mahing fahanba acne scar fahanba mai nanthokhanba skin nganthokhanba kuchuk men thokhali mai khwihande hum subada Perfect Ionic Mineral Diabetes BP wangba asthma khwang naba saru sonba haksangdagi fataba sengdokpa tumbaya daba piles arthritis ising mari nuai taba anti aging khongya saba puramak fahali mari subada Perfect Active Brain na tumbaya daba fahali kok ngawba wakal pothahanba tumbaya daba memory booster tension handhanba amusung mga subada Perfect Woman Care na urinary tract infection premenstrual syndrome angang khaudanaba thagi khongkap chang naidaba fingau ka hena chatpa vaginal infection kayada fahan bangami Home delivery gi khudong sabasu phongbigani Hena Kupamarol Gidama Kwigi contact number 8413968314 da contact of you.
Welcome back again. You're watching ELITETV English News. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said there cannot be any compromise on the integrity and unity of the country. He was addressing after conferring Prime Minister's Award for the Excellence in Public Administrations on Civil Service Day. Prime Minister Modi said the nation was built by all those who follow the path of innovations with the mantra of nation first. He said every civil servant needs to lead India to newer heights. The Prime Minister added that governance reform should be the goal and civil servants should work towards bringing change in the life of the common man. He said India at 100 should be a watershed movement and the next 25 years should be seen as a single-time unit. He said each district in the country should set its objective and aims for the next 25 years. The Prime Minister said that during the last 8 years, many behavioral changes have been seen among the people due to the government campaign. Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted that India has created 14 unicorn startups in just 3 months of 2022. He called this a major achievement for the nation. A top commander of the banned outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba LET and one another terrorist was killed in an encounter in Jammu and Kashmir's Baramulla district, the police said. The counter-terrorism operation is still underway as 3 more terrorists are said to be trapped in the security cordon. Vijay Kumar, Inspector General of Police, Kashmir, said the terrorist killed in the Baramulla's encounter has been identified as Yusuf Kantro, a top LET commander who was on the first list of the security forces. Kumar said that Kantro was involved in several killings of civilians and security forces personnel, including the recent killing of the SPO and his brother, 1 soldier and a civilian in the Bugdam district. Officials said that operations was launched in the village bordering Budgam and Baramulla last night after receiving inputs from the Budgam police. Budgam police and the local army unit conducted the counter-terrorism operations and the firing continued intermittently during the night. In the initial exchange of fire, 3 soldiers and a civilian received minor injuries. Meanwhile, the central government has designated at least 7 individuals as terrorists in the last fortnight. These include Mushtaq Ahmad Zagar, Zem Commander Ashik Ahmad Ningro, Ali Kashif Jan, Mohidin Aurangzeb Alamgir, Hafiz Talna Sahid, Sajjaz Gul and Albar member Arujaman Gulzardar. Witnessing a steady rise in the number of new COVID-19 infections, India recorded 2,380 fresh cases in the last 24 hours, which the case positivity rate going up to 0.53%, said the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare today. India reported a total of 313 more COVID-19 cases today in comparison to yesterday. The country registered as many as 2,067 COVID-19 cases yesterday. With these, the active case load in the country stands at 13,433, which is 0.03% of the total cases. A total of 1,231 COVID patients recovered from the disease in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of recoveries since the beginning of the pandemic to 4,25,14,479. The recovery rate is 98.76%. According to the ministry, 56 patients succumbed to the virus. The death toll in the country is now at 5,22,062. The daily cases positivity rate also saw a rise from yesterday, 0.49% to 0.53% today. The weekly positivity rate saw an uptick from yesterday, 0.38% to 0.43% today. As many as 4,49,114 COVID samples were tested in the last 24 hours. A total of 83.33 crore tests have been conducted in the country so far. As far as vaccination is concerned, 15,47,288 doses of COVID-19 vaccines were administered during this period. With these, the total number of vaccine jabs administered under the nationwide vaccination drive has crossed 187 crore mark. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson arrived in Ahmedabad this morning on the 2-day visit to India. He will visit the Gandhi Ashram and later go to the Gujarat Biotechnology University and Akshardham Temple in Gandhinagar. Johnson will also visit a plant of JCB company at Halol near Vadodara. He will leave for Delhi in the evening. Mr. Johnson will hold bilateral consultations with Prime Minister Modi tomorrow. India and the United Kingdom enjoy a long and historical relationship that was elevated to the comprehensive strategic partnership during the India-UK virtual summit last year. The two prime ministers will review the implementations of the Roadmap 2030 and set their visions for further intensifying cooperations across the full spectrum of the bilateral ties. They will also exchange views on regional and global issues of mutual interest. Russian President Vladimir Putin today declared that Ukraine's Mariupol has been successfully liberated. However, Putin has urged his troops not to storm the Azovstal steel plant, the last remaining Ukrainian stronghold in the city, but to block it so no one can escape. President Vladimir Putin hailed Russia's liberations of Mariupol after his defense minister said that Moscow controls the city apart from the Azovstal steel plant where Ukrainian soldiers remained. Block off the industrial area so that no even a fly can escape. Putin said. On 19 April, Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu had said their forces were methodically carrying out plans to liberate two breakaway regions in eastern Ukraine. He added today the steel plant was securely blocked. Without the steel plant, Russia cannot declare complete victory in Mariupol. The city's capture has both strategic and symbolic importance. The basic city has been the site of the great suffering since the war began in February. Meanwhile, Russian troops in the basic city of Mariupol have warned civilians if they do not wear white ribbons on their clothes, they will be shot. As per a report by the Mail Online, the advisor to the mayor Mariupol, Petro Andriy Sukenso, took the telegram to share the letter straight. The occupiers no longer mindly propose that civilians wear white ribbons to mark themselves out. They have to turn to direct threats to open fire on anyone seen on the streets without such ribbons. He reportedly wrote, in an alleged that Vladimir Putin troops are forcing Mariupol civilians to wear the white ribbons, which will confuse Ukrainian snipers and they may end up shooting them. In turn, the Russians will find out where the snipers are hidden. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Now let's take a look at the headlines once again. Unknown miscreants planted a powerful IED at the gate of an SI posted at Lamphal police station. Tripura Cabinet approves insurance schemes for journalists. And in the records 2,318 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, daily positivity rate at 0.53%. And that's all for today's 3 p.m. English News. For more updates, keep watching ELITETV English News. Thank you and have a good day.